boats tie out here in the backyard here at me and my son's home, and I wanted to share with you today a review on a new wood splitter we got. Okay, what do we got here? Well, we've got a 5-ton electric wood splitter, the Earthquake. Now, I've split a little bit of wood with it, not much, but a little bit, just to see how it worked. Make sure I had everything hooked up all right. We're going to test it today. We're going to do some wood splitting. Now, I've got a couple of different angles on the camera. I got a camera off here to the right, one straight ahead of me, so that you can get a good view of what I'm doing here. And we're going to see how well this little baby performs. It's only electric, plugs into the outlet on the side of the house. And first, I'm going to talk a little bit about it. Okay, when you buy this thing, it's kind of broke down. You got to assemble these back legs with the tires and the front legs with the hand grips for moving it around. Now, this puppy's heavy. It's over 150 pounds. It's heavy. It's got this great deck off here to the right. As you split the wood, the halves lay out on this deck, and you can take them from there or stack them, do what, whatever, without them just falling on the ground. Now, today I'm not going to care. I'm going to split, throw it on the ground, throw it on the ground. I'll stack it later. And this could be removed if you just want the pieces to fall. It's not that hard, just a couple of bolts here. Now, on this splitter, there's a valve, a relief valve here. It's a venting screw. You have that wing nut closed. When you go to use it, you open it up. And what that does is it controls the fluid from running through the hydraulic cylinder. Now, back on this end, this is your ram that moves forward, pushes the wood through the cutter right here. Underneath here, there's a shield here, so you don't accidentally hit it. There's a lever under here. Just goes up and down, and it pushes in a valve that triggers the hydraulic cylinder. Now, I can push that down all day and it ain't gonna do nothing. On the back side, there's a box that the power goes into, and a fuse. There's a fuse in it, and that's connected to this big electric motor. Now you can fire that motor up. That's it, it's running right now. Running full blast. If I have to use both hands when I'm splitting wood. If I take this lever and push it down, then the ram moves. If I release the power and keep the lever down, the ram stays where it is. The minute I let that lever up, it returns back to its original position. So there you go, there's the basics of it. It's got, like I said, it's got 5 tons of splitting power. Let's split some wood, hey? Let's try it. So we're going to start out simple. Here's a simple little piece of wood. Just happens to fit on these rails just nice, don't it? It's just a little piece of wood. Let's take a look at it getting split. Now you got to use both hands. Didn't have any trouble splitting that. Now I can let the lever up, lay that piece back down, hit the power again. Now I got 2 smaller pieces. Let it back just far enough to get the next piece in place. Hit the power again. And there's the next piece. Now the nice thing about this is Actually, this ram, the way it's designed, I can put a block in this. I can measure how big my longest pieces are and say, I don't want that ram to go any further back than this. And I can put a block in this ram that'll stop it at that point, so it doesn't go all the way back. We'll throw these pieces off. That didn't take nothing. Let's do a long piece. There's a long piece. You butt that up to the splitting head and we'll fire it up. No problem. Nice long piece. A little too big around for on the fire pit. Split it in half. Only takes seconds. Let's see, we should split something a little larger. There, this piece is a little bigger in diameter, probably about 6 or 8 inches around. Let's give that a go, see if it's got the power to split it. No problem whatsoever. Popped it right apart. Now this wood is ash. It's not like oak or elm, not as hard. It is a hardwood, but it's not as hard. Now oak and elm, it may be limited. I don't have any available to test right now, but ash is good enough. What I like about it is when you get it down to this point, you can just keep your hand on that lever and run this ram back just as far as you need to rearrange the piece of wood. A lot of pressure there. You don't want anybody standing on either side or the end of this rig while you're splitting wood. And I strongly recommend you wear a good pair of leather gloves and some form of eye protection. Fortunately, my glasses are high impact, so they, other than through the sides, they provide a lot of protection. Let's see, let's go with a bigger piece. Oh, this piece is longer. There we go. She's kind of a big bugger there. Let's see what she does. No problem. Now, one of the advantages of this splitter, and I've had splitters over the years, all gas, is because this is electric, it's quiet. It's super quiet. You don't have to wear ear protection because of the loud gas engine that you would be using. Plus, you don't have to deal with gasoline. If you got access to electricity, in my mind, this is the way to go. And if you got a couple of people working together, you can make splitting wood pretty short order. Wouldn't take you long to split up a lot of wood. I don't know if you can see the pile or not that's already forming over here, just playing with this thing. Well, now I'm going to let the ram run back. I'm going to grab this big, quite a bit bigger piece. This piece is a good 12 inches around or more. I haven't measured it, but it's at least 12 inches around. Will this electric wood splitter get through this big bugger here? Let's find out. Here we go. Has it got the power? Just like cutting butter. Okay, now that's one thing. I wish this ram traveled just about an inch further, but you can take care of that by keeping a piece of wood close by. Keep it back here or something. You throw this piece of wood in here, and it'll finish that cut for you. She didn't want to go through because there's a big knot right here. So let's split this big bugger again this way. No problem. Nothing to it. I mean, it splits this wood like nothing. That's a big piece. Now I know a lot of guys, they want to handle these monstrous pieces of wood. Well, you might need a bigger wood splitter. Like I was saying, one of the best features of this is how quiet it is. Okay. Now, talking about larger pieces of wood. I've got one down here that's quite large. Will this handle it? I don't know. Let me grab that piece and we'll give it a try. This bugger's got to be about 13, 14 inches. Now they recommend that it's split 10 inch. Now I've seen videos where people say, well, they recommend 12 inch. I've seen videos where people say, it can handle 14 inch. Well, when I first tested this out, I've got some 20 inch material over there. And I may run over there and grab one of those after this one. Just see if we can get through it. Let's see if we can split this big bugger. I think our question has been answered. It did. It split that big bugger. Well, instead of splitting it all down, I'll come back to it. I'll set this piece of wood aside. And bear with me a moment. I'm going to go get that monster and we're going to see if we can crack that bugger. Well, here we are, we're back. Look at this beast. This is a huge piece of wood. I measured it along the widest part, 22 inches, narrowest part, 20¼ inches. There's a piece over there that's even bigger than this, but it's got a nice split halfway through it. That one I didn't grab, even though it's bigger, because I thought it was cheating because it had a big old split in it. We're going to try to bust this bugger in half. Let's give her a go. Would you look at that? It busted this big bugger in half. We're going to take the biggest half. We're going to split it again. Now this is still a good, about 12 inches. 10 to 12 inches. Wow, that's some strength. Now mind you, this is only a 5-ton. You buy a gas splitter and they usually on the low end run 6-ton. Is about the smallest gas you're going to get. You don't need 6-ton. Look at what I'm splitting with 5. It doesn't care how big or heavy it is. It's split without any issues. Heck, we're gonna need some kindling here, so I'll just split this bugger. A little bit of small wood here. But, so as you can see, this splitter does the job. Can you imagine swinging a split maul? All that wood I got down here right now, all the effort, all the physical effort it would take to split that with a split maul. Can you imagine this whole pile I got back here? It's not much, but that's a good hour, maybe 2 hours of swinging a maul to get all of that split up like that wood is. And I can do it in about 45 minutes on this puppy, and I got no physical labor other than setting the next piece up. So how do I rate this bugger? I'll tell you what, I didn't tell you up front. I was lucky. My boy and I, we got this on sale. It was only $20 off the sale. Retail price on this, $329. We looked at a gas 6-ton, which is 1 ton bigger than this. Gas, $629. Exactly $300 more than this one. And I don't believe that 6-ton would have serviced me any better than this one. At least not enough better that it would be worth the extra $300. Plus I would have to purchase gas for it and oil constantly. It would require so much more servicing than this one does. Now, the advantage to a gas splitter, you can take it out in the field with you and use it where there's no electricity. This one you need electricity. Well, I'm fortunate that I have a great generator that I haul with me. So if I'm out in the field, I can take this with me, wheel it up in the truck, take it with me, and I can split wood all day out in the field running my generator. My generator gets about 16 to 20 hours of service time off of 2.5 gallons of gasoline. That's what it would cost me. It's the price of 2.5 gallons if I worked all day long. Maybe that much. So, would I go with gas? No. I'll stick with this puppy. The earthquake. You're not wasting your money. Now, how will I rate it on a 1 to 10 scale? I'll give it a 9+. The reason I'm not giving it a full 10 is because I wish this Ram, I'm going to put it out here, that's all the farther it goes. Okay, so if you got a piece of wood in there, I don't have one handy to throw up here, but if you have a piece of wood in there, you've got that much distance that isn't going through the cutter. That's why I keep an extra chunk around, throw it in there. Now it only has about 3.5 inches that doesn't go through the cutter, and that's always enough to finish the cut. And that only becomes an issue if I'm splitting green wood, if it's really green. Now, that would have been an improvement if this Ram went a little further. Another thing is I wish they had better location for handles for lifting it up and pulling it around. Because right now, if you tip it all the way up to grab those handles, it puts all of the weight a little past center of gravity. So you got to kind of hold it down and pull it because it wants to tip over. Those are the only two things that I have found on this that I would change. Otherwise, there you are, guys. The Earthquake 5-ton, $329. I got it at L&M Fleet Supply. A wonderful deal, wonderful deal. There we go. That's it. There's your review. Sty wants to thank you for watching. If you're not subscribed, please do. Hit that thumbs up. Show that you liked it. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. Ring the bell so that you get notifications when I'm putting videos up or doing live streams. And I hope to see you all again soon. And maybe there'll be something else that I'll review. We'll see what comes up. But there you go. That's it for today, folks. I want you all to stay safe, stay outdoors, stay happy, and stay with me. Stick with the channel. There's going to be a little pause in my channel for a few weeks because I have to go through a surgical procedure that's going to take me off the air for a few weeks. But I'll be back. I'll be back strong and happy. we'll be right back to business. So I look forward to seeing you all again. Until the next time, bye-bye. You all have a very nice day.